I wanted to put together today a beautiful Valentine's Day design that used a Valentine's Day classic, red roses, in a different way and made something as simple as a single rose look like a little bit more. So what I've done here is taken red roses and I've collared them with this pretty little lace collar of white little lace paper hearts that you pick up at the craft store. Super simple, and it just makes this very kind of Victorian, very romantic feeling, gives a little vintage feel to it, which is such a popular look lately. So in order to do this, it's very, very simple. It does take a little bit of time, so if you're planning on doing a lot of them, make sure you set aside a little time for yourself. I'm going to take 3 of these little paper hearts, and these are certainly inexpensive enough. And what we're going to do is hold 3 of them together at the base of the rose, so they sort of curl around it. They're probably not going to curl perfectly, they never do, but it'll work pretty well. You might just need to crumple them with your fingers a little bit at the base. You can use green florist tape, or you could use a piece of ribbon to bind them. I actually find the tape easier, I guess maybe because I use it so often. And then I'm just going to tape around the bottom there. So this would be beautiful just as a bud vase, just a single one dropped in, or if you're giving them out as a presentation, maybe they're being handed out to people, tied with the little ribbon tails hanging down, very pretty for that. What I really liked about this is the fact that this white contrast against the red made such a dramatic statement. So what I'm going to do is do a little low-mounted arrangement in this pretty little red mason jar. It fits kind of the vintage feel with the white paper lace. So I'm taking all my rose leaves off, and then I'm just going to be cutting them down so that their heads will rest right at the top of the jar. So you're going to see this beautiful contrast between red and white and red. That really helps to make the roses look bigger and fuller, so you won't need as many to make a little bit more of a statement. And I did these ahead of time because, like I said, they can take a little bit of time to put together, especially if you're a little bit of a perfectionist about them. So we're just going to keep cutting around. The nice thing about a design like this, too, is roses often last longer when they're cut shorter. It's very difficult for a long stem rose to get water all the way from the end up to the flower itself. So this is a great way to get a little more life out of your roses, is by presenting them in a little bit more of a compact arrangement. And I think, too, looking down into the center of roses, that's where all the pretty petals are anyhow, so I always think it's the prettiest presentation for them. So we're going to tuck our middle one in there. That's just 6 roses in there. And then the finishing touch is just going to be this really beautiful white satin ribbon that we're just going to tie around the top of the vase, just to hide that threaded where the lid would have gone on. I know you can find the mason jars now in a lot of different colors. It's been such a popular container with the vintage theme. Fluff out our edges there. There you have it. Very sweet, pretty little arrangement to give as a gift or use as a Valentine's centerpiece.